Espresso, a small, concentrated shot of coffee made by forcing hot water through finely ground beans under high pressure. It forms the base of most coffee drinks and is known for its rich flavor and creamy layer on top, called crema. Espresso originated in early 20th century Italy when inventors began designing machines to brew coffee faster for busy city workers. The name itself reflects the idea of something made quickly on demand, and over time, it became the foundation of modern cafe culture. Americano, a diluted version of espresso created by adding hot water to a shot or two of espresso. This results in a smoother, less intense flavor that resembles traditional brewed coffee. The drink traces back to World War II, when American soldiers stationed in Italy found espresso too strong and began adding water to make it closer to the coffee they were used to back home. Latte, a coffee made with one shot of espresso and a large amount of steamed milk topped with a light layer of foam. The milk softens the boldness of espresso, creating a creamy and mild drink. The latte evolved from the Italian cafe latte, meaning milk coffee, which was traditionally consumed at home. It gained global popularity in the late 20th century as coffee shops began standardizing it as a cafe drink. Cappuccino, a balanced combination of espresso, steamed milk, and thick milk foam in equal parts. It has a stronger coffee flavor than a latte due to less milk and more foam. The name comes from the Capuchin monks of Italy, whose brown robes resembled the color of the drink. Its modern form developed in Italian cafes with the rise of espresso machines in the early 1900s. Flat white, a coffee made with espresso and finely textured steamed milk, creating a smooth and velvety texture with minimal foam. The coffee flavor remains prominent, offering a balanced experience. The flat white is widely believed to have originated in Australia or New Zealand in the 1980s, as baristas experimented with milk texture to create a drink smoother than a cappuccino. Mocha, a blend of espresso, steamed milk, and chocolate, often topped with whipped cream. It combines the bitterness of coffee with the sweetness of cocoa, creating a dessert-like drink. The name comes from the port city of Mocha in Yemen, a historic center of the coffee trade, where beans were known for their natural chocolate-like flavor, inspiring this combination. Macchiato, an espresso marked with a small amount of milk or foam. The name means stained or spotted in Italian, referring to how the milk lightly alters the espresso. It originated in Italian cafes as a way for baristas to distinguish plain espresso from one with a touch of milk, offering a subtle variation without losing the intensity. Cortado, a coffee made with equal parts espresso and warm milk with very little foam. The milk reduces the acidity of the espresso while keeping its strength intact. Cortado comes from Spain, where the word means cut, referring to how the milk cuts through the intensity of the coffee. It became popular in Spanish-speaking regions as a simple, balanced drink. Ristretto, a shorter and more concentrated version of espresso made with less water. This produces a sweeter and more intense flavor with less bitterness. Ristretto developed in Italy as baristas experimented with extraction times, discovering that a shorter pull could highlight different flavor notes in the coffee. Lungo, an extended espresso shot made by allowing more water to pass through the coffee grounds. This creates a larger drink with a more diluted but slightly more bitter taste. Like Ristretto, Lungo emerged from Italian espresso traditions, offering a different way to experience the same beans through a longer extraction. Cold brew, a coffee prepared by steeping coarse grounds in cold water for many hours, usually between 12 and 24. This slow process produces a smooth, low-acid flavor that is naturally sweet. While cold coffee methods existed for centuries, modern cold brew became popular in Japan and later spread globally as a refreshing alternative to hot coffee. Iced coffee, a brewed coffee that is cooled and served over ice, often with milk or sweeteners. It retains the brighter, more traditional coffee taste compared to cold brew. Iced coffee gained popularity in warmer regions, especially in places like the United States, where it became a seasonal staple during hot weather. Affogato, a combination of a scoop of vanilla ice cream or gelato with a shot of hot espresso poured over it. The heat of the coffee melts the ice cream, creating a mix of textures and flavors. Affogato originated in Italy as a simple dessert, blending two beloved elements, coffee and gelato, into a single experience often enjoyed after meals. Turkish coffee, a method where finely ground coffee is simmered in water, often with sugar, and served unfiltered in small cups. The grounds settle at the bottom, creating a thick and intense drink. Turkish coffee dates back to the Ottoman Empire, where it became an important part of social and cultural life, often associated with hospitality and tradition. French press coffee, a brewing method where coarse coffee grounds are steeped in hot water and then separated using a plunger with a metal filter. This allows natural oils to remain in the drink, giving it a full-bodied flavor. The French press design was developed in France in the 19th century and later refined into the simple device widely used today. Drip coffee, a method where hot water drips through ground coffee held in a paper or metal filter, producing a clean and consistent flavor. It is one of the most common ways to make coffee at home and in offices. Drip coffee became popular in the 20th century with the invention of electric coffee makers, especially in the United States, where convenience played a major role in its adoption.